At 4 a.m., she was laughing, vodka bottles on the floor, laptop glowing in the dark. Amy Winehouse sat in her Camden bedroom watching old YouTube videos of herself, from when she could still sing, when crowds screamed her name instead of booing her off stage. By 3 p.m., she was dead, 27 years old, gone. But here's what nobody talks about. What she whispered to her bodyguard days before. "I would give it all back," she said, "just to walk down the street without being followed. Give it all back." 5 Grammys, 16 million albums sold. The voice that Tony Bennett called the greatest of her generation. She wanted to trade it all for peace. So, what really happened to Amy Winehouse? Not the tabloid version, the real one. It involves a jazz-singing grandmother who dated a legend, a husband who put a pipe in her hand, and a level of fame so brutal it made her want to disappear. If you want the truth, hit that like and let's go. Part 1. Blood and Jazz. September 14, 1983, North London. Amy Jade Winehouse came into the world screaming. Honestly, she never stopped. Her family was loud, Jewish, and obsessed with music. Friday night Shabbat dinners were legendary chaos. Everyone yelling over everyone, jazz playing in the background. Her dad Mitch drove taxis. Her mom Janice worked as a pharmacist. But the real influence? Grandma Cynthia. Here's what nobody knows. Cynthia dated Ronnie Scott, the Ronnie Scott, founder of London's most famous jazz club. She'd met Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Tony Bennett. Cynthia's record collection became Amy's religion. While other Southgate kids listened to pop, 7-year-old Amy was studying Dina Washington's phrasing, learning how to bend notes like Sarah Vaughan. At a school recital, she was given a sexy, husky solo, jazz style. She opened her mouth, the room went silent. "I didn't know she could do that," her dad said. None of us did.
Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you.
Part 2. The Split. When Amy was 9, her father left. An affair. One day there, the next gone. She never recovered. In her theater school application essay, she wrote, "All my life I've been loud, to the point of being told to shut up. The only reason I have to be this loud is because you have to scream to be heard in my family." She wasn't talking about Shabbat dinners anymore. The divorce cracked something in her. She started acting out, skipping school, running with trouble. Small at first, then bigger. She was looking for something to hold on to, Mitch said later. That something became music.
And I said to my wife, "Oh my God, she's singing in the school show again. We got to go." You know, I mean, because I go and watch my son play football. I got to go and watch my daughter. So we went, and I remember the song. Do you remember, the Alanis Morissette song, "Isn't It Ironic?" Isn't it ironic? And now it's in the right key. She can sing. And I said to my wife, "Hold on a minute. This is fantastic."
Part 3. Grease and the Nose Ring. At 13, Amy got a part in Grease at school. Something clicked. On stage, everything that made her difficult suddenly worked. Her volume, her intensity, her refusal to be invisible. But school was brutal. Bullying. She was too loud, too strange, too much. Instead of shrinking, she got a nose ring at 14. Pure defiance. Her grandmother suggested theater school. Amy spent Saturdays at Susie Earnshaw, formed a rap duo with her friend called Sweet and Sour. Amy was the sour. Then auditioned for the prestigious Sylvia Young Theatre School. She got in. Now here's where legend meets fact. For years, the story was that Amy got expelled at 14. Rebellious, nose ring, too much to handle. Great story, not true. Sylvia Young herself denied it. I've heard it said she was expelled. She wasn't. I'd never have expelled Amy. The truth?
I mean, we actually put her up a year, and she still was bored with the classes offered, I'm afraid, and she did make it known to the academic teachers she was bored in no uncertain terms.
Amy left because she wanted jazz, not choreographed pop routines. She transferred schools at 15, but she kept one thing, a classmate named Tyler James, Her best friend, the person who changed her life. Part 4. The demo that changed everything. At 16, Amy joined the National Youth Jazz Orchestra. Suddenly, she was performing in London clubs, holding her own against musicians twice her age. She bought a guitar, started writing about heartbreak, frustration, being young and angry and alive. Tyler James's girlfriend had music connections. Tyler handed her Amy's demo tape. It reached Island Records. A&R exec Darkest Beast couldn't believe it, a 19-year-old who sounded like she'd lived 3 lifetimes. Amy signed her first record deal, Part 5, Frank, and Why She Hated It. October 2003, Amy released Frank, platinum in the UK. Critics compared her to Sarah Vaughan. She won an Ivor Novello Award for Stronger Than Me, one of songwriting's highest honors.
You should be stronger than me.
But Amy, she hated parts of it. I know what I want now, she said. I didn't then. She wanted rawer, more painful, more honest. Then 2 things happened that broke her open. Her grandmother Cynthia died, and Amy became famous.
My bed, my bed.
Part 6. The terror of being seen. Fame hit Amy like a truck she didn't see coming. She hated it, called it invasive, suffocating. She wasn't performing a character. She was singing about her actual life. And now strangers felt entitled to her pain. She developed bulimia, drank more, retreated. Then she met Blake Fielder Civil in a Camden pub called The Good Mixer. 2005, Blake worked in video production. Charming, charismatic, reckless. Amy fell harder than she'd ever fallen. I had never felt the way I feel about him about anyone, she told Rolling Stone. Their relationship was volcanic, passionate, then toxic, then passionate again. Her manager noticed Amy changed overnight after she met Blake. Her personality became more distant, and it seemed to me like that was down to the... Before Blake, Amy smoked weed and drank. That was it. After Blake, everything changed. Part 7. The Pipe and the Masterpiece. Early 2007, Blake introduced Amy to heroin. He admitted it publicly.
Maybe I did it 3 or 4 times, and we were in a hotel in East London, and for some reason I think I had about £10 of heroin with me, which was something we used to do after a club, and I was smoking it on foil, and she said, can I try some? I said, I might have put up a weak resistance. The fact is, whatever I said, she did end up having some.
Was that the crossroads of her life, do you reckon?
Well, I imagine it, yeah.
He introduced her to crack, too. But from this chaos came Back to Black.
We only said goodbye with words. I died.
October 2006, a masterpiece written in blood. Amy had separated from Blake and channeled every ounce of heartbreak into these songs. Mark Ronson said she wrote the title track, lyrics and melody, in 2 or 3 hours. Barely changed a word.
So, I had probably been up till 6 in the morning working on this idea, trying to get all these things. And you know, when you have that idea that you're so excited about, you know, time just, you could be working 5-6 hours and the time goes by like that because you're just so in the zone and it's great. And when you're on those great occasions, when you're feeling that inspiration, it's the best and you just stay in it.
Rehab was about an actual intervention. Her family begged her to get help. She refused, then wrote, "They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no."
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no.
The album fused 1960s girl group aesthetics with modern production. Mark Ronson, Salaam Remi, Sharon Jones' legendary Dap Kings. Back to Black debuted at #1 in the UK, sold over 16 million copies worldwide. Nothing sounded like it before. Nothing has matched it since.
Told you I was trouble.
Part 8. The Wedding and the Collapse. May 2007. Amy and Blake married in Miami. She was 24. Within months, both were openly addicted. Tabloids followed her everywhere. Every stumble photographed. November 2007. Blake was arrested for assaulting a pub manager and trying to bribe him with £200,000. He got 27 months in prison.
I put it down to me losing my wife, me getting worse and worse on heroin, because I didn't want to accept I was leaving my wife. Everything. The consequences were just devastating, really. I should have just stayed there and carried on pissing.
Amy's health collapsed. early emphysema from smoking crack, multiple overdoses, hospitalizations, and then came the Grammys. Part 9. 5 Grammys at 3 a.m. February 10, 2008, the 50th Grammy Awards. Amy couldn't attend. Visa problems from her drug issues. She performed via satellite from London, 3 a.m. local time. When Tony Bennett announced her name for Record of the Year, Amy froze. Genuine shock.
And the Grammy goes to Amy Winehouse.
Then collapsed into her bandmate's arms crying. 5 Grammys that night. Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Female Pop Vocal, Best Pop Vocal Album, Best New Artist. In her acceptance speech, My Blake Incarcerated. Watch that footage now.
My Blake incarcerated. And for London, this is for London, because Camden Town ain't burning down.
She looks triumphant and terrified, like someone standing on a burning building. Part 10. Divorce and the Fight to Survive. Blake filed for divorce from prison in 2009 after Amy's affair. She was devastated. "I was put here to be a wife and a mom," she'd told Rolling Stone. That dream died. After Blake, Amy bought a house in Camden Square. Fresh start. Entered rehab multiple times. Spent 8 months in St. Lucia. Stayed off heroin and crack. But alcohol filled the void. She started dating filmmaker Reg Travis. Worked with Quincy Jones on new music. There was talk of a third album. Hope. Sometimes weeks of sobriety. But her body was giving out. Part 11. Belgrade. June 18, 2011. Belgrade, Serbia. A 12-date European comeback tour. Proof Amy Winehouse was back. It became a nightmare. She arrived an hour late. Visibly drunk. Stumbling. Slurring. Couldn't remember her band's names. Forgot which city she was in. Greeted the crowd like she was in Athens, then New York. Forgot lyrics to her own songs. Her backing singer whispered words in her ear. She broke down crying on stage. 20,000 people booed. Many walked out. The tour was immediately canceled. Amy returned to London. She didn't remember the concert. She learned what happened by watching amateur YouTube footage. Part 12. The Final Night. July 22, 2011. Dr. Christina Rometty visited Amy at home. Amy confessed she'd started drinking again. The doctor found her tipsy but calm. That night, Amy's live-in bodyguard Andrew Morris sat with her. She seemed okay, laughing, joking, showed him YouTube videos of an ex-boyfriend, then went to her room. Morris heard music, television, and laughter through the walls. She was watching old videos of herself, performances from when she was healthy. He heard her laughing until 4 a.m. At 10 a.m. he checked on her, face down on the bed, fully clothed, appeared to be sleeping. At 3 p.m. she hadn't moved. He felt for a pulse. There was none. Amy Jade Winehouse was dead at 27.
We're going to turn now to a major loss in the music world tonight. The gifted singer Amy Winehouse found dead in her London home. She was just 27.
Let me bring you some breaking news now. Coming into us from Sky Sources, the singer Amy Winehouse has been found dead in her North London flat, just 27 years old.
Part 13. The cruel irony. The coroner confirmed accidental alcohol poisoning. Blood alcohol level, 416 milligrams per 100 milliliters. More than 5 times the legal limit. 2 empty vodka bottles beside her. 3 total in the room. The lethal level, 350 milligrams. The tragic irony? Amy had been trying to quit. Her abstinence lowered her tolerance. When she relapsed, her body couldn't handle it. She didn't die from the drugs everyone expected. She died from the legal substance she'd fought for years. Part 14. Goodbye. The funeral was July 26 at Edgeworbury Cemetery. Private. Led by a rabbi. Her father delivered the eulogy. "Good night, my angel. Sleep tight. Mommy and Daddy love you ever so much." Amy was cremated. On September 16, 2012, her ashes were buried next to her grandmother Cynthia, the woman who gave her jazz, who gave her everything. Part 15, Legacy. In 2012, her duet with Tony Bennett, Body and Soul, won a posthumous Grammy.
Body and soul.
Her parents accepted. "We shouldn't be here," Mitch said. "Our darling daughter should be here." The documentary Amy won the 2015 Oscar. The 2024 biopic sparked new conversations. The Amy Winehouse Foundation continues helping young people with addiction. Back to Black has been certified diamond, 16 million copies, the best-selling UK album of the 21st century. 2 albums, that's all we got. Final thoughts. She didn't want fame, she just wanted to sing. Tony Bennett called her the last real individualist. George Michael called her the best female vocalist he'd ever heard. She told her bodyguard, "I would give it back just to walk down the street with no hassle." Imagine what she might have done with another 30 years. We'll never know. Which Amy Winehouse song hits you the hardest? Tell me in the comments. And if you want more real stories like this, not tabloid garbage, the truth, subscribe. There's so much more to uncover.